Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, the Briggs Global Enterprises Pi Mining Group, and I just want to provide some additional update information. I said in the past that I want to do this at least once a month for my Pi Mining Group and for the Pi community at large. And I might even do it 2 times per month, depending on how things are going within the Pi network. But before I get started, I just want to remind everyone that I am not an investment counselor, although I have been a former licensed Series 6 investment advisor and a former licensed life, health, and annuity agent in 2 states in the United States. I'm currently not licensed, so anything that I say in this video, please understand that this is not investment advice. This is just my personal opinion that I'd like to share with all of you. So you need to do your own research, make your own investments on your own. Make sure you know, study it well, make sure you know what's going on before you make any investments. So don't just take my word for whatever I'm talking about here. It's important that you do your own research as well. I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Singh in Nepal and everyone else in my mining group. Mr. Singh has been with me from the very beginning, and so I just want to give him a shout out to let him know that I'm glad he's in my group, and everyone else he's brought into the group, and all of you. So happy mining to all of you, and keep up the good work. Our particular mining group at my level, of course not the downline, but my level, we've already reached 980 Pi mining members in just my mining group alone, and so that's pretty exciting. I hope that by next week I will have exceeded 1,000 Pi mining members in our Briggs Global Enterprises group. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So I encourage everyone to keep on mining every day, keep tapping in, so you can accumulate as many Pi coins as possible while it is still available to do so. And there are several things that I want to cover today. This will not be a long video, but I do want to cover a couple of things that's going on. As most of you know already, that the KYC, there were 100,000 slots, free slots, that have been made available, and that is in the process of happening. And there's been a number in my Pi mining group have already been invited to do the KYC. And so it's important that you do that. Make sure that you're ready and prepared, so if you get an invitation, because you only have 24 hours, so it's important you have everything prepared. And a lot of people are asking questions about the process, and I'll go over that with you in this video. But keep in mind, you want to make sure that you have a valid national ID card or a passport or a driver's license, and all of that. It needs to be valid. So if some of you, it's not getting approved, it may be because it's not a valid government issued document. So it's important that it is. Make sure it's valid. And just because they reject it the first time you take a scan or a photo of that through the Yoti app that you'll put on your phone, just keep trying, because a lot of times it's just because the picture that you took, the photo you took, is not clear enough for Yoti to be able to see everything properly. It could be a glare or some other problem. So just make sure, if it is a valid document, that you just keep on submitting it until you get a really good shot of it, and that they can then see everything and approve it. So this is kind of how it works. Let me go over each step for the KYC. What will happen is you'll receive a notice from Yoti within the Pi app on your smartphone. So it's important that you tap in every day, because you don't know when that invitation might come, because if you skip a day or two, what'll happen is your invitation could expire by the time you tap in again if you're skipping a day or two. So the thing is that just tapping in each day, you don't have to leave it on after you tap in. If you need to shut the phone off to save on your battery or whatever the reason might be, you can just tap in and you'll be able to see whether or not you've been invited to do a KYC through Yoti. So if you don't take advantage of it and you don't get it done within 24 hours because you missed a day or two of tapping in, then your free slot will roll forward to the next candidate. And by the time they would roll back around again to you, they may run out of their free slots. So take advantage of it the first time it comes through. Otherwise, in the future, you may have to pay some Pi coins or whatever it is that they are asking to pay for the KYC. So it's important that you take advantage of that. But not all is lost. If you're not invited, there'll still be plenty of opportunities for people to do KYC. And usually the cost is only a few Pi coins, so it's not that expensive, and you already have Pi coins if you're mining. When you get the notice, they're going to be asking you to download the Yoti app. So it's important that you download that onto your phone. And it's a pretty easy process to do. When you do the download, they're actually going to give you instructions as that process unfolds, telling you what to do next each step of the way. So just follow the instructions as you download and install the Yoti app. Once the app completes downloading, you properly installed it, they're going to ask you to provide a cell phone number so that they can send you an SMS text message with a code in it. And you will be required to enter that code into the app. So this will confirm your phone number. So that's a step that they will ask you to go through once the Yoti app is completely installed according to their instructions. And then the app will request that you take a photo of your face, and they will provide a spot on your smartphone how to line up the camera so that you can have your face fit within the oval on the screen. Once you take that, if it's a good shot, then you won't have to take it over again, but make sure you try to get a really good shot so you don't have to keep redoing it. Then the app will ask you to read a few words into your smartphone, and this is so that there'll be a voice recognition so that someone else won't be able to get into your account and so forth. So this is just one of the identity checks that they do. And then the app is going to request for you to take a phone pic of your valid passport or a valid national ID or a valid government-issued driver's license. So be sure you take a good clear picture with no glare, or they will reject it. And they may not always ask you to take it again, but you just go through the process again if it's rejected, and then resubmit it. So if it's a better pick than last time, then you just keep working on it until you get a real good pick and submit it, and then the process is 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and then you should get an approval. But if it doesn't come immediately, don't worry, because they're extremely busy. They're doing a lot all at once. So, but it does take a little while, and then they should give you a notice whether it's been approved or not. And if not, just take it again. And after they review the photo ID, they will let you know when it's approved. And if it's approved, once it's done and you've done it right, then that's it. And you're all set with your KYC. So the KYC, just to give you a heads up on this, the KYC is an important regulatory process. It's used by banks and financial institutions to prevent fraud, money laundering, and other types of crimes. So the Pi network also uses this to weed out more than one account per person. So if you're running several accounts, they're gonna get on top of that, and they're gonna weed that out, because you're only allowed one account per person. So Pi also uses that to get to the bottom of that issue as well. Now, one thing I do want to do real quick before I end is that I'd like you to take a consideration that if we compare the number of crypto wallets out there in the crypto space, you're going to find out that the Pi network is doing extremely well compared to some of the other crypto wallets that are out there. For example, Bitcoin, most of you heard of Bitcoin. BTC has about 42 million wallets or accounts out there, but we don't know how many of that 42 million is actually active or inactive. That's unknown at this point. Pi has about 8 million active pioneers at this point, and Ethereum has about 450,000 active, or 42.4 million addresses, but only 450,000 of those are active. XRP, about 1.3 million, but how many of those are active? We're not really sure. ADA, that's one I'll talk about in the future. That's one that I really like. They only have 1,200 stake pools with nodes, with about 450,000 addresses, it's probably more than that now, because that data is a little bit older. As far as XLM goes, that's I couldn't find the stats on that. But comparing just some of these in the top 10, we find that Pi is number 2 when it comes to the most active pioneers. So Pi is it's really, really doing very, very well. It's quite amazing. So I encourage everyone to keep up the good work. Keep tapping in every day. Keep collecting as many Pi coins as you can. And the progress is going rapidly. Pi is doing a great job. And so I encourage all of you to keep up the good work too. And we together as a community, we will be the ones who really determine whether Pi Network will be a success or not, because they can't do it without us, and we can't do it without them. So the harder we work at it and stick with it and grow the network, the more successful the Pi Network will be. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I'm running out of time. I don't want to go too long in this particular video, but there are a lot of things I will cover in the next video, maybe in a couple weeks, because there's a lot of things I'd like to do to share information with you, and especially if you're looking at getting more involved in the cryptocurrency. I can make some recommendations from my particular personal opinion, but you need to make your own research, do your own research. But there's a lot to talk about, so I wish everyone happy mining, and I look forward to seeing everyone the next time. So if you get a chance, make sure you hit the, as some people say, smash the like button. Let us know that you like what we're providing here, and leave a comment if you'd like. We'd love to hear from everybody. And happy mining, and have a great day. Thank you.